Ladies and gentlemen, champions of curiosity, gather close, because what I'm about to tell you will rewrite the chapters of your understanding, not just of the female body, but of the masterpiece behind the mirror. This is not gossip. This is science with soul. Let me take you inside the divine design, the kind you don't see in textbooks, but feel in every heartbeat, every whisper, every moment of awe. Let's light this fire with 6 keys that unlock the wonder. They told you pain is weakness leaving the body, but they didn't tell you about her, about the body that feels pain louder, longer, and deeper, yet walks through fire with a calm you mistake for comfort. Let's stop the myths right here. Let's expose the masterpiece. Science confirms it. Her pain receptors are wired differently, not less, not duller, more. Her nervous system is a network of ultra-sensitive lightning rods, picking up sensations, both physical and emotional, at a level most men never reach. And yet, somehow she doesn't collapse. She adapts, evolves, responds. See, her biology isn't weaker, it's wiser. Pain doesn't just hit her, it activates her. Take a moment. Understand this. The average woman begins facing monthly cycles of pain from as early as age 12, cramping that twists muscle, hormonal fluctuations that shake mood, energy crashes that would derail anyone else's week. But does she stop? No. She shows up at work, at school, in life, masking hurricanes behind mascara. She smiles with storms in her bloodstream. She keeps the appointments. She takes the tests. She holds the family together while her body feels like it's falling apart. And childbirth, that's not just pain. That's a rebirth ritual through fire. It's the closest many will come to dancing on the knife edge of life and death. And yet she does it with a scream and a prayer, and then sings lullabies through the stitches. We call it natural, but let's be real. There is nothing normal about enduring a level of pain equivalent to breaking 20 bones at once, while being told to push through it like it's a yoga session. And she does. She did. Your very existence is proof that someone else walked through a battlefield and never let you see the blood. But pain isn't just physical for her. Emotional pain, that cuts with invisible blades. Society hits her with pressures you'll never measure in labs. Body image, double standards, silence in boardrooms, violence in relationships, the world telling her to be strong but soft, loud but polite, ambitious but selfless. And even when life turns bitter, she holds the line with grace sharpened by survival. You think she's emotional? No. She's in tune. You think she overreacts? No, she feels what you're still trying to name. This is what separates her. This is her superpower, resilience in the raw, the ability to feel it all and still get up, still nurture, still lead, still walk like nothing's wrong when everything hurts. Pain is not her enemy. It's her trainer. Every age becomes armor. Every scar becomes scripture. So don't you dare call her fragile. Don't you dare reduce her to sensitive. She is not built to break. She is built to carry pain, to carry people, to carry history, to carry tomorrow in a womb that contracts and creoles without applause. You want to understand strength? Study her. You want to understand grit? Watch her. She doesn't just survive pain, she makes it look like poetry. And once you see that, you'll never underestimate a woman again. Not in this life. Not with that knowledge in your bones. Certainly, here's an expanded version of Keynote 2 and Keynote 4, viewed to a single 600-word flow, still in the gripping poetic and high-impact tone of Dr. Dreck Prince. It delivers the message with power and rhythm without headings, just pure immersive narrative. They said she was emotional. They said she was fragile. They said she was complicated. But what they never dared to say is that her body and mind are built like a temple that bleeds and breaks and rebuilds itself stronger every time. She's not fragile. She's formidable. You see, pain doesn't knock on her door gently. It storms in. It storms. It crashes days. But what does she do? She makes tea for it. She works through it. She wins in spite of it. She feels pain more intensely than most men ever will. That's not poetry. It's biology. Her nerves are more sensitive, her body more responsive, her brain more aware of discomfort. But here's the twist: she can tolerate it far more. Her threshold is high because life made it so. From the monthly rhythm that drags her through cramps, fatigue, bloating, and hormonal chaos, she keeps moving. While the world runs on meetings, deadlines, and demands, her body is running a marathon underground. You wouldn't even notice it. That's the point. She was conditioned to show up looking fine, functioning well, while her biology is turning tides behind the scenes. And when it comes to childbirth, let's not call it a miracle and move on. Let's tell the truth. Childbirth is the most violent, vulnerable, and victorious moment in the human experience. Pain that would knock a grown man unconscious is her initiation into motherhood. She screams, yes, but not in fear, in power, in purpose. And when it's over, she doesn't rest. She rises, she cradles, She nurtures while her body is still healing, still torn, still swollen. She's already giving. That's not just strength. That's sacred resilience. But there's something even deeper, something beneath the flesh, something that science is only just beginning to understand. Her gut and brain speak to each other in a language older than language itself. The gut-brain axis is real, and in her, it pulses with instinct. That woman's intuition you've heard about. It's not a myth. It's a biological intelligence. Her body doesn't just react, it warns. It reads energy before it hears words. While others wait for proof, she's already sensed the shift. Her gut tells her what logic hasn't caught up with. It's not magic. It's mapping. Millions of neurons in the gut sending signals faster than thought. Her stomach feels the betrayal before the mind accepts it. Her body tenses at the lie before it's even spoken. And don't confuse this sensitivity with weakness. Her intuition isn't paranoia. It's precision. While you're still analyzing, she's already decided. You think she's overthinking? No, she's outthinking. She is decoding everything, your tone, your eyes, your hesitation, and putting into a pattern you don't even know you're creating. That's not guesswork. That's a system of silent intelligence that has protected women for generations. You want to know what makes her powerful? It's not just the ability to bear pain or read truth, it's the ability to do both at once. She can hurt and still smile. She can feel danger and still show kindness. She can be shattered and still shelter the world in her arms. And she does it daily. Quietly, masterfully, without permission. So the next time you speak about strength, remember it doesn't always wear armor. Sometimes it wears heels. Sometimes it bleeds a month. Sometimes it senses things no one else does. That's not weakness. That's the design of something divine. And once you see her clearly, you'll never doubt her again. Not in this lifetime, not with that truth burning in your bones. Absolutely. Here's an expanded 600-word piece weaving together Note 2, pain tolerance, and Kenna 4, gut instinct, and Kenna 5, biological communication through beauty, merged seamlessly into one compelling, poetic speech in Dr. Dreck Prince's bold, emotionally charged style. No headings, just flow. You ever watched someone carry pain like it was part of their morning routine? Not because it doesn't hurt, but because there's no time to pause. That's her. The woman you see brushing her hair, answering messages, walking with purpose. She's also walking with pain most will never notice because she's mastered the art of quiet endurance. Her body feels more, senses more, responds more. She has more nerve endings than the average man. Her pain receptors fire brighter, faster, and yet her threshold to withstand it, higher. It's like her entire system was designed to survive fire and keep walking through the smoke. Every month she endures cramps that mimic contractions, bloating, energy crashes, hormonal storms, all while fulfilling every expectation laid on her work. Family, society, no time off for agony, she gets it done anyway, no spotlight, no reward, just resilience. And then there's childbirth. People throw around the word miracle like it's glitter, pretty shiny light. But childbirth isn't light, it's war. It's transformation. It's a woman's body pulling itself open to deliver life. The pain level come breaking multiple bones at once, continuously. And she doesn't just survive it. She walks out of that hospital room feeding, holding, protecting the very life that nearly broke her in half. That's not just motherhood. That's majesty. That's a level of endurance that deserves silence and awe, not assumptions and shortcuts. But it's not only about how she handles pain. It's about how she senses truth. Her gut, literally, talks to her, not metaphorically, biologically. The gut-brain axis connects her stomach to her mind with millions of neurons firing in both directions. Her instincts, not some romanticized fairy tale. They're data streams. Her body tells her what's off long before her mouth does. She feels the shift in energy before you confess the lie. She knows when something's wrong because her biology won't let her ignore it. That feeling in her gut when someone walks in with the wrong vibe. That's not superstition. That's survival intelligence passed down through generations of women who had to read the room before the room read them. And the way she speaks without speaking, how she communicates without a single word, isn't accidental. Her body sends messages designed through thousands of years of evolutionary refinement. You think she just smiles and it feels warm. That's chemical. That's the power of oxytocin in her blood, designed to soothe and connect. You think her laugh makes you feel safe. That's dopamine firing in your brain just from her presence. Her voice, higher pitched on average, is evolution's way of triggering response, trust, protection. Even her pupils dilate when she sees something or someone she cares about. Her beauty is not just skin, it's story. It's a system of silent communication that tells you who she is before she says anything at all. But here's the twisting. She's been trained to downplay all of this, to be humble, to stay quiet, to second guess the instinct that could save her. She's told she's too emotional when in truth, she's too aware. She's told she's dramatic when really she's just decoding more information than you. Don't see all this power because she's been told to dim it. But make no mistake, it's there. In every blink, every breath, every decision made in silence when others are still looking for signs. So now that really know, you can't unsee it. She's not fragile. She's not overreacting. She's not complicated. She's built different. And if you have the wisdom to respect that, you'll realize she doesn't need to raise her voice to be heard. Her biology speaks louder than anything she'll ever say. Here's a 600-word expansion that blends keynotes 2, 4, and 5 into a continuous, hard-hitting, poetic speech in the signature voice of Dr. Dreck Prince. It walks the line between science, awe, and soul, with no headings, no pauses, just immersive storytelling and sharp psychological insight. They say women are emotional. What they don't say is that their brain is a lightning grid of emotional intelligence moving faster than most people can keep up with. Her brain doesn't just process what you say, it processes how you say it, why you said it, what your eyes did when you said it, and what your silence afterward actually meant. You might think you're having a simple conversation. She's conducting a full psychological analysis in real time, and you didn't even know you were being scanned. That's because the amygdala in her brain, the emotional center, is more responsive, more reactive, more alive. She doesn't just feel, she interprets, senses, predicts, and while the world labels her sensitive, the truth is she's perceptive. She picks up what others miss. She connects dots most haven't even noticed exist. That's not emotion. That's cognitive speed in heels. But it doesn't stop there. That same body that reads you like a book is also built to walk through storms you'll never survive. Pain doesn't knock gently on her door. It barges in, and still, she offers it tea. Every month her body puts her through a silent war. Cramps that cut like knives, blood loss that would put others in bed, hormonal swings that could collapse empires. And she still shows up, smiles, works, leads, loves. No medal, no break, no broadcast, just internal war and external grace. She's learned to carry pain without passing it on. And then comes childbirth, the ultimate proof of power. A pain so high it redefines the scale, a breaking open that makes space for life. She doesn't just survive it. She turns agony into lullabies, into feeding schedules, into late-night rocking and early morning strength. Pain doesn't define her, it refines her. And long before the pain hits, her instinct is already awake. Her gut, the second brain, starts whispering. Scientists call it the gut-brain axis, a web of neurons running between her digestive system and her mind. She calls it a hunch, a feeling, a knowing, and it's never wrong. That knot in her stomach, that's her built-in warning system lighting up. That pull in her chest when something doesn't feel right. That's not nerves. That's neurobiology. It tells her things her conscious mind hasn't caught up to yet. She senses danger before it strikes. She reads energy before it speaks. You think she's paranoid. No, she's pre-programmed to survive. And her body doesn't just protect her, it communicates for her. Her beauty, that's not random. That's not decoration. That's biology in its highest form of messaging. Her voice pitch, her smile, the way her pupils react, the softness or sharpness in her movements, these are all signals. Evolution has wired her to send out invisible cues. You walk past her and feel peace. That's oxytocin and dopamine doing their dance. You feel trust when she laughs. That's not magic. It's millennia of coded chemistry. Her beauty isn't skin deep, it's system deep. It's a form of communication most can't even decipher. But it works. It always has. And the wildest part, she's had to shrink all of the tame it, be lickable, be quiet, be less intimidating, be less aware. But once you see the truth, once you realize that her brain, her pain, her instinct, and her silent signals are all working in harmony, you'll understand. She's not too much. She's exactly what she was designed to be, a force of nature wrapped in elegance. You can deny it. You can ignore it, but you can't undo it. She doesn't need your permission to be powerful. Her biology all graded her the crown. Here's your full 600-word expansion, merging 5 keynotes into one seamless, emotionally charged, psychology-rooted speech in the style of Dr. Dreck Prince. No titles, no sections, just uninterrupted rhythm, depth, and delivery. They study psychology like it's a puzzle, but they forget she is the psychology. Every step, every breath, every glance. Her existence is layered with codes the textbooks can't teach. Her brain is built to feel everything, not just deeply, but quickly. Her emotional intelligence isn't soft, it's surgical. She can walk into a room and know who's faking confidence, who's drowning in silence, who's about to snap. Why? Because her amygdala, the emotional processor, is constantly decoding. Where others shrug, she senses. Where others guess, she knows. Words, but with intuition, expression, and body language. They say she overthinks, but truth is, her mind moves faster than most men can manage. She doesn't just feel emotion. She translates it. She feels pain in conversation, joy in silence, betrayal in a blink. That's not weakness. That's refined perception. And behind that sharp mind is a body trained to carry agony like it's routine. Not just monthly pain, ritual pain, cramps that feel like organs folding in on themselves. Hormones swinging like wrecking balls through her day, skin stretching, back pounding, and she still shows up. She's still cooking, typing, teaching, smiling. You call it normal. She calls it Tuesday. This is a life lived in tension between grace and survival, but she doesn't talk about it. She's been trained to walk through suffering like it's a hallway, quiet quickly, without stopping. And then comes childbirth. A human being breaks through her body, pain that touches the edge of consciousness. And what does she do? She opens her arms and sings to the very life that almost split her in two. That's not endurance. That's evolution wearing a crown. But long before pain arrives, her instinct is already awake. Her gut is not just digestion, it's data. The gut-brain connection is science, not fiction. The enteric nervous system holds over 100 million neurons, firing messages to the brain before thoughts are even formed. That uneasy feeling she gets when something's off, that's not paranoia. That's a built-in survival alarm. She feels what your words are trying to hide. Her stomach tightens before your lies take shape. Her skin chills when the energy shifts. Even if you haven't said a word, you call it a vibe. She calls it a warning. She doesn't need evidence. She feels what's true, but it's not just what she feels, it's what she projects. Her body is a communication device more powerful than any language. You think beauty is superficial. Think again. Her tone of voice is biologically designed to trigger connection. Her scent changes with her cycle. Her pupils widen when she sees something she desires. Her touch releases oxytocin that bonds people to her without them even knowing why. She's not just beautiful, she's biologically strategic. She doesn't speak to impress. She speaks to imprint. When she walks in the room, you feel something. That's not makeup. That's ancient chemistry at work. But here's the tragedy. They taught her to shrink it all. Taught her to apologize for knowing, for sensing, for caring too much. They told her to calm down, to soften, to let it go. And still she listens. Not because she agrees, but because she's calculating, because she's learned that silence is sometimes safer than brilliance. But inside, there's a wildfire of intelligence, instinct, endurance, and beauty all working together. She is not fragile. She is not extra. She is not emotional. She is engineered for survival and designed for connection in ways you were never taught to see. So look again, not with judgment, with awe. Because the mind of a woman, the pain she hides, the instincts she follows, and the signals her body sends, all of it is not a mystery. It's a masterpiece. And if you can't handle it, it's not because she's too much. It's because you've been taught too little. Here is the complete 600-word expansion covering all 6 keynotes. Crafted in the high-impact, poetic, psychology meets soul style of Dr. Dreck Prince. No headings, no interrupts, just one seamless, intense delivery built to inspire, challenge, and awaken. She doesn't walk through the world. She navigates it. Like a map is already printed in her blood, psychology didn't invent her. It's still trying to catch up with her. Her brain, wired differently, speaks in layers. While most people hear what's said, she hears what's meant. Her emotional processor, the amygdala, doesn't just react, it reads. You might think she's overthinking. What she's really doing is decoding tone, eyes, tension, silence. She doesn't just feel your energy. She calculates it. Her thoughts loop faster, deeper, not in chaos, but in patterns. When she seems quiet, she's absorbing the data of the room. When she seems intense, it's because she's 3 steps ahead of what you think you're hiding. You can lie with words, but you can't lie to her nervous system. Her psychology, it's not dramatic, it's surgical. And while her brain is breaking down the world, her body is carrying wars you'll never see. She's in pain more often than not, and not the kind you bandage, the kind that lives under the skin. Cramps, pressure, bloating, migraines, sometimes all in the same week. Her body shifts with the moon. Her hormones crash like tides, and she rises. Still she smiles. Still she performs as if she's not bleeding inside. It's not because she's fine. It's because she's been trained to function through fire. And childbirth, that's not just a miracle. It's a battle that demands everything and still asks for more. She tears, bleeds, nearly breaks, and then holds life in her arms like it didn't cost her the very edge of death. That's not just strength, that's sacrifice in motion. And before you even step close, she's already felt you. Her gut isn't guessing, it's wired. The gut-brain axis sends signals from stomach to mind faster than thought itself. That tightness she feels, that's her biology whispering truth before logic wakes up. You walk in with a fake smile, she gets cold. You speak with shaky confidence, she gets sharp. Her intuition isn't magic, it's pattern recognition, memory, hormonal sensitivity, and survival instinct all rolled into one. She's had to learn to trust it, because history has taught her that ignoring it comes at a cost. So when she says, something's off, listen. That's her body speaking in a language more ancient than words. But don't reduce her to what she senses. Understand what she projects. Her body communicates in silence. Her voice's pitch, tempo, vibration, all designed to signal emotion. Her smile releases chemicals that make you feel safe. Her presence changes a room before she even speaks. She's not just beautiful, she's biologically expressive. Evolution sculpted her to be understood without speaking, to connect before convincing. And when she wants to connect, when she's in tune with someone, even her scent shifts, her pupils dilate, her oxytocin rises. You don't fall for her by chance. You fall because your nervous system recognizes hers. She's not hiding any of this, but she's been forced to dim it. Conditioned to question her feelings, to soften her instinct, to downplay her power. She's told she's too much, too sensitive, too intense. But that's only because people fear what they don't understand. Her mind isn't messy, it's advanced. Her pain isn't weakness, it's weathered strength. Her instincts aren't fiction, they're fact. And her beauty isn't vanity, it's biological communication at its finest. So now that you know, see her clearly. Not as fragile, not as moody, but as a full system of thought, sensation, strength, and signal. She's not a mystery, she's a masterwork. And if you ever get close enough to witness it fully, don't analyze it, don't fix it, don't fear it, respect it. Because her body, her brain, her instincts, her signals, they were never meant to be understood by the average mind. They were built to be felt by the wise. Let me know if you'd like this stylized for video voiceover, reels, or performance reading. So the next time you stand in the presence of a woman, don't just look, see, don't just hear. Listen, you're not witnessing fragility, you're witnessing a miracle in motion. And now that you know, act like you do. The truth is out. The mind is blown, and ignorance has no seat in this room anymore. Let me know if you want this adapted into a video script, shorts format, or Instagram reel caption.